Okay, let's go. I claim I would have solved the geo if it was problem 7 of day 2. Yeah, I believe that. Alright, so USAMO 1. Yeah, apparently, I don't know. People keep telling me this problem's actually hard, so we'll see what happens. So, n greater than 1. And okay, sure. So, for n equals 2, this is, oh jeez, okay. I don't think I like where this problem's going. It's like 2x minus x minus, oh, I really don't like where this is going. So, okay, I mean, take mod 1, because of course we do. Wait, no, don't take mod 1. What am I talking about? Wait, what? No, yeah, mod 1's fine. If you increase x by 1... Oh god, this looks so annoying. What the heck? Okay, so... Oh, Jesus Christ. So if x is like small, then this is just minus 0 minus 0 minus 0 over 2. We're always going to take mod 1. Oh yeah, so nothing happens. And then if x is like big-ish, it's like 1 minus 0 minus 1 half equals 1. So, oh jeez. Okay, I mean, it is what it is, right? For n equals 3, it's like, so 3x minus x minus 2x over 2, 3x over 3. So I need to divide it into like 6 now, right? God. Holy, this is so annoying. Who thought this was good? Oh, okay. Okay. I'm not gonna fill the okay. It is what it is, right? So this is like, so here 0 0 1 1 2 2. Nothing doesn't matter. 0 0 0 minus a half minus a half minus a half, and then it's like, I mean 0 0 minus a third minus a third minus 2/3 minus 2/3, right? I mean this is just generally what's gonna happen. Yeah, I mean, I think every individual n is easy. So, okay, great. That's the unique... Wait, no, it's not. Sorry, the unique... This is better, right? 5 6... Or 11 6 minus... This is 7 6. I really don't like where's this going. Why is this problem? Because once I get to 4, I actually have to start juggling some things, right? I mean, do I want to write out more stuff? Not. Hmm. Also, I wrote 1 minus 0 minus a half is 1, which is not a true statement. In fact, that is extremely not true. So if you're just before the end, right, then in general you can get n minus 1 minus, like, but I feel like that's not actually very good. I don't know what would be better. Can I just like write a Python program now? I don't want to actually measure. I mean, okay, but what is this value? This is, so there's n things here, right? It's like 1 plus a half. Well, no, just, why doesn't this match my data for... Am I bad at math? Why? Wait, something's really wrong. 1/2 plus a third is not 7/6. Yeah, I'm just incompetent. This is 5/6. So, okay, I mean... Okay, in general, let's suppose let's suppose you only have like... Suppose floor nx is equal to like... k or something? What was I trying to do with this? Sorry, I really shouldn't use k. Maybe I should just bite the bullet and do 4 and 5. I should at least do 4. See what happens. So 12 things, right? can I just multiply this by 3/4? Okay, so like for example, this row is just better than... Oh wait, I still need to do the 4 row. Shiba. No, I have a 4 row. Yeah, I have a, yeah, so is it just the values of x that are slightly less than 1? I feel like that's just... Because this row here is what? You lose a third versus... You gain a third but you lose 3/4. That just seems worse, right? And then things before that. Okay. Do I actually want to write? I don't want to write a 5. Who am I kidding? So, okay, why don't I write this stupid thing as like the sum from k equals 1 through n minus 1 of floor of nx over n minus floor of kx over k. Right, because I feel like that's kind of what this is getting at. Let's just do this one. And it's like... It feels, I mean, it's hard for me to tell. It's possible the number, that's 5, I feel like there's a little bit of like number theory kind of, like you want the... I don't know what you call it. Anyways, can we bound the thing in the sum n? First of all, if I have a... Like in the most ideal situation, which I don't think is what's gonna... This is probably too good to be true. But if this thing is bounded above by whatever it is in the equality case, which is... when x is just slightly less than 1, it's n minus 1 over n. You know what? This is stupid. I should just write fractional parts, right? Well, it's like I actually don't want the floors here. It's like, so floor is number minus fractional part. Thing cancels. K equals 1 to n minus 1 of like fractional part of kx over k minus fractional part of n minus 1 of nx over n. So if this was actually less than or equal to that, then we would be very happy. That seems a little too good to be true. I am a little skeptical that we'll get that lucky. But maybe I should just always be thinking of it in terms of fractional parts. Actually, maybe it could be true. The green thing could. Well, I'm less sure. I feel like I still feel like it's probably not true, but it could be true. Yeah, I don't. Okay, well, anyways, it seems like the values of x closer to 1 are better. So we're going to let x equals 1 minus t. And then this is 1 over k minus 1 over n plus fractional part nt fractional part kt over k. Right. So, okay, here's the question. Is it like this can't be true, right? There's no way this is true. It would be nice if this was true, but it's just not. Because if k and n don't share common factors, then if k and n don't share common factors, then you can get like one of them to be 0 and the other to not be 0. Because I feel like the problem with the issue with this problem is that you have to keep. I think floors just might be too small. I might have to actually push a little wider. I think fractional parts is maybe the right way. And I feel like I want the answer to be when x is close to 1, but I'm not even that convinced. Like, I'm not even convinced the answer is actually when x is close to 1. It could be something else. Yeah, we could split it into which interval x. Okay, so yeah, here's a question. If I change x by plus 1 over n. Dude, I don't know. Okay, we're gonna phrase it as I'm gonna phrase it in terms of the shifted thing, because I feel like the answer does feel like it's probably when. Well, I don't have a better guess for the answers. I'm gonna do something shifted so I can actually see what's going on. So we're gonna phrase the problem as instead we're trying to minimize minimize the value of also okay, sorry, I shit. When I do x equals 1 minus t, something flips here at the exact values where, oh, sheepa. It's like the fractional part of like negative the thing, which is really not nice. That's so annoying. Is there a term for like fractional part except you allow 1? Like it's like 0 to... That's so annoying. I'm just gonna write, jeez. What is a good way to write this? Fractional part for t not an integer. And then... oh, USAMO. Whatever, it's fine. 1 if t is an integer. And then I want to minimize the sum of psi kt over k minus psi nt over n. Wait, hang on. Now I'm confused again. It's really awkward, because you just want t to be as small as possible in this case. But okay, well, we roll. K equals 1 to n minus 1 of this crappy thing. Now I don't like the fractional parts because they take away the discreteness. Although I guess the sum end, when t is very small, the sum end is still whatever. Let's just write n equals 5. Right, so when t is very close to 0, before it hits the first checkpoint, the terms I'm summing over are k equals 1, 2, 3, 4. Like all of these are 0, which is good. And then like when once t passes the 1/4 barrier, 1/5 barrier, then all of these things become slightly more positive, right? Like you get a fifth, a fifth, a fifth, a fifth, or something? I don't know. Oh, this is so obnoxious. Oh, it's... Is there a way I can make this back to discrete? Like I can't think with all these fractional parts because they nominally depend on t. Yeah, sorry. This is too confusing for me. Well, I like the idea that I prefer to think about things that are closer to 1, right? So I'm gonna change my framework. I still want to use this sum. I'm gonna let x equals 1 minus y now. And then, so there's a fixed thing, which is what I think the answer may or may not be the answer. And then it's like sum. So I want to minimize the sum of ceiling minus ceiling of things. Okay. Wait, why didn't that... What? Dude, I'm so confused. Freaking heck. It's ky minus... Wait, what? Sorry, when x is close to... Oh, freaking hell. When x is close to 1, I should get 1 over k minus 1 over n. I want to refactor that out. How come the refactor didn't do anything? Because I should get... No, this is okay. I think I'm just incompetent. I think the earlier refactoring was also wrong. Yeah, no, that's... I don't know what I was doing here in blue. Because the fractional parts should eat the... I see. The point of the fractional parts is that it gives you the 1 over k and 1 over n that you wanted, right? What if I just write ceiling minus 1? How about that? Alright, we're just gonna write ceiling minus 1. And then minus... And this is for positive y, which could be less than or equal to 1, although we already know that. We might as well not consider integers, because we know that x slightly less than 1 is always better than x greater than 1. Okay, so now I can make a table, right? So I want to minimize this stupid thing, and then for n equals 5, okay, so wait, okay, great. I can think, I feel like I can think a little more right now. So up until 5, all the ceilings are 1, and these numbers are all 0. And that's good, because that's our equality case. Once y punctures 1/5, you lose a lot, because now all these things are minus 1/5. Sorry, these are all plus 1/5. No, minus plus? Wait. What am I trying to do again? Oh god. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going to negate everything. All right, sorry. I keep changing my mind on things. This floor and ceiling ny minus 1 over n minus ceiling ky minus 1 over k. And then, so these are all minus So these are all plus 1/5. And then you have this 1/5 minus a quarter once you break a quarter. And then once you break a third, you get Is 2/5 smaller than the third? No. Then you hit 2/5, and what happens at 2/5 is all these numbers go up by a little bit again. So I feel like I'm never going to, like, even when some entries in here are negative, I don't feel like it's good enough. I feel like it's always non-negative. Okay, so maybe I should actually write the fairy thing. So here's a half. I definitely know what I'm doing. 1/3. 2/3. 1/4. 3/4. And then there's like the fifths, right? And the fifths are wherever the frick they are. So, I mean, what is my data structure? It's kind of like, also, sorry, I'm freaking stupid. Oh no, it's 1/4 and a third. Okay, so the answer is not when x is close to 1. Because, no wait, what? I am so confused. What the fuck am I doing? It might take. I'm not good at this kind of thing. Okay. 2/5 is point. I feel like I confuse myself with. I keep confusing myself what I'm trying to do. And then it's not good. No. The n appears on every term. Okay, so the important thing is that on n, it's like. Sorry. No, this was right. This was right. I'm okay. This is the 1/5 show up on the whole thing. It's plus 1/5, plus 1/5, plus 1/5. And then, okay, so right, the point is each of these, every time you hit one of these green spikes, you gain like plus 4/5, all right? We're ignoring the fact that like, and then on each of the red things, you're like, okay, this is like minus a quarter. Freaking. It's like minus a third. It's minus a half and minus 2/4. This is minus a third. This is like minus a quarter. So I think what happens is this 4/5 is so big that I feel like it just overwhelms everything, right? Like I don't even care about the random stuff. Like it just doesn't matter. Like it's like what is the 1 minus a quarter gonna do, huh? Like Right, so, okay, here's the problem statement is this. It looks like this, and then you have the green spikes are whatever they are. and then the red things are go down by like the denominator in question, right? Right. Yeah. Okay, great. Hell. And then you want to show that this thing is always non-negative. If we can do that, then the answer is indeed when the thing is close to 1. And I mean that better be true. Because every time you hit a green spike, it's like everything goes up, right? Yeah, in fact, I think all you need to do is say, like, look, between any two, it starts with a green spike, and then between any two consecutive green spikes, you need to show that the green spike is larger than the sum of the red spikes inside it, the red values or whatever. I mean, that has to be true, right? Like, there's no way. I'm gonna eat those words. I'm so gonna eat those words. Why do I think that's okay. So the problem with all these small examples is the harmonic series doesn't grow quickly enough. But you could imagine between two green spikes there's like there's a red thing. So there's at most one red spike for each denominator, and that's fine. But like, for example, this thing is minus. Okay, it's not even true here. Like for this 5, this is a -1. Like this whole thing is minus a half. That is more than 4/5. So it's not true that between any two green spikes, the red spikes is less than 1. But there's still some aggregate crap happening, right? Because this number is. So somehow I have to allocate, okay, I mean... Like, I really need the fact that this 4/5 is, really close to 1. Is this a -1/5? Oh. This is true, right? I'm not being baited. It is when x is close to 1, right? I feel like... Oh. Because in order for there to be many red things... Dude, I don't fucking know. Maybe it's easier if I just make the green things all +1 and then... I just feel like the green spike there is such a head start that... Like, there's a green spike close to the start and then... Okay, I'm just going to draw a big fairy tree, and then we'll use that as our concrete illustration. Also, I think I'm going to make it so that the greens are all +1, and the I don't know what I'm saying. Whatever. We're just gonna what in God's name am I doing? So I feel like I just went in a big circle and like I'm going back to what the original, yeah. I got back to the original expression. I think I've decided that we're just going to use the original expression with 1 minus y. So let's draw, how big of a fairy thing do I want to draw? Let's do, here, all right, that's a big fairy. We'll go up to like, I don't know. Is this remotely to scale? Okay, so there's like a fifth, 2/5, 3/5. And a 6, 5, 6. Let's use 6. All right. So the point is, we're going to put a spike on every. We're going to put a +1 spike on everything that's divisible. I feel like maybe I should have drawn a bigger example. It's okay. Whatever. We roll. +1, +1, +1, +1. And then we're going to draw little things. Really, the length of the amount of the decrease for each thing is the number of, how do I say it? Like this is -2. Hang on. I have to think this through. It's like the fraction times the number of, like this is -3/2, for example. This is -1/5, -1/5, -1/5, -1/5. A quarter, -1/4, this is -1/3. Sorry, this is -2/3. This is also -2/3. Okay, I just drew some stupid cartoon, right? And then the point is like, look, this one is really large. Like if I'm up to, all right, and then there's a little -6 on the 2 endpoints. So after a lot of falafeling, I just ended up writing the original expression. And is it clear to me that, so you always want to go right before a green spike, right? Because everything in between there is red. So I only need to check it close to a green spike. In which case, it's like right before each green spike. Or sorry, wait, what? What do you mean right after? It's right before, right? The way that I've drawn it. Oh, right. Okay, sorry, you're right. It's because I want to show it's non-negative. Right. No, wait, what? I want to show this is non-negative, right? So I need to check right before the. Like this is y, right? This is not x. This is y. Yeah. I'm claiming the sum before every green spike is non-negative. Wait, is it? Are there cases where it's negative? Isn't that equivalent to the problem? No, the total sum of everything is. Oh, is it? Shit, I mislabeled some arrows, didn't I? Three halves is not. For that. Oh, So this is minus a quarter, right? Sorry, I mislabeled this. It's like these are not 2/3. It's like minus a third and minus a sixth. This is like minus a half, minus a third, minus a sixth. The total sum is not in fact 0. Yeah, I agree. The total sum should end up being a harmonic number or something like that. Yeah, something like that. Anyways, I just feel like this is true because the ones are so large that I should just be able to do like anything idiotic and it'll be okay. Right? Gonna eat those words. Hey, is one of... Actually, I'm a little scared about the beginning. Now that what is the sum of like 1 of n plus 1 to... Wait, okay. There is something non-trivial happening because the sum of like 1 over n plus 1, or let me use m or something. It is not obvious that this quantity is bounded. It does turn out to be bounded because it's like log, because that's how log integrals work. But it's not. That's not actually obvious. So the fact that even this first valley, this first group is non-negative is not entirely obvious. Am I not? So, okay, let me clarify that I am working with y. Okay, this is y. Where x equals 1 minus y is greater than 0, and y is less than or equal to 1. And then it's like I have +1 spikes at every nth, at all the 1 over n's, and then -1 over k at every k. And I want to show that as I read from left to right, my prefix sums are all non-negative. In fact, that is equivalent to the problem. In fact, I want to show that it's 0 up until the first spike and then strictly positive after that. Are more going to be done? Depends on how long this takes me. If I get annoyed, I might just decide to stop and then do the geo next week or something. God. But, like, what? Is it clear? How do you prove... What is the smart way to prove that this sum is strictly less than 1? Because I actually... The problem does require this as a special case. Because they're m things, and it's like, okay. I mean, okay, properly the way to do this is less than or equal to 1 over m plus 1 plus 1 over m plus 1 and so on, right? That would be how I show this in an elementary way, without doing some shitty integral over, well, of 1 over x. Is that going to be good enough? Like, if I just take all the red arrows and then increase them to... But see, some of the red things are bigger later, so I don't know what's up. Like, I actually think this diagram would be more informative if I was doing a bigger one. So let me draw a slightly bigger one. Just so I can actually see what's going on. Like if I imagine I'm at the start of, say, something really big, like 100. Right, so here's 1 over 100, 0. And then there's all these things that are like 1 over 99 all the way up until 1 over 51. And then at 50 over 100, or 1... 2 over 100, I finally get another +1 spike. And then, you know, there's more stuff there. And then later there's 3 over 100, which is by itself. Because here there is a -1 over 50. And then there's also a -1 over 100. There's a -1 over 100 here. God, what is wrong with the pen? Right. It's like -1 over 51, and then finally there's a -1 over 50 and a -1 over 100. Shouldn't it be a quarter, not a third at the what? The fuck? Oh, it should be all of them. No, sorry, you're right. You're right. This should be a -1/4. Yeah, good. Yes, good. Yeah. No, you're right. It's -1/4. Three is not even. or something. Wait. It's every multiple of the number that is less than 100, or whatever the number is. So like, how do I bound this in a reasonable way? Like that, I just, the plus ones are like this whole thing is like this harmonic crap, and then I feel like I should just force it through. Like there can't be that. Okay, we're just gonna force it through. I feel like I've been trying to do something smart, and I need to just kill the problem. So we're gonna say you're right before the let 1 less than p less than n, like right before spike. Then what do I need to prove? It's like so the green thing is by definition p, and then it's the sum across it's the sum across I feel like I keep losing track of what I'm trying to prove. It's for every denominator k, from every denominator from 1 to n of like floor. So before p over n, how many times does it appear, right? Oh god, I hate this. I hate this so in so many ways. Like this is actually the most cursed notation, because I keep wanting something that isn't just the floor fractional part. So okay, do I want this to be p equals 0 or p equals 1? Let's say p equals 0 here, and p equals 1 is here. So it's like right before. So the number of, yeah, this should be p minus 1, and then it's something that's a little better than a floor, right? P plus 1. Shit. Okay, so I only want to. So for example, when p equals 1, I need to capture all the denominators that are strictly less than. It's the number of d such that d times p plus 1 is strictly less than n. So it's almost the floor, except it's actually a strict, and it's like n. It's like just slightly under the n minus. We'll just say epsilon or something. Okay, I'm just gonna rewrite this. So this is the sum over the sum 1 d to n, and then sum d times b plus 1 over n of like 1 over d. Sure, that is not. I wrote d twice. Sorry, this is going to be e. We're going to call it e, right? E such that d times e times p plus 1 is less than n. And I need to show this is less than or equal to p minus 1. Right? For every... sorry, not p minus 1, just p, because otherwise it's okay. Okay, so after a bunch of hitting my head, I'm pretty sure this is the inequality I want. And wow, am I bad at writing expressions down. Holy crap. God, hecking. Jesus Christ. This is what I want to prove, right? Where p and n... How long have I spent on this crap now? Okay, anyways. Okay, so because it's written this way, we're going to do what we always do when this kind of shit appears, which is we switch the order of summation. So now it's like e equals 1 to n of 1 over d well, really, okay, well, we'll just do it this way. This is the sum across ordered pairs of d comma e where d times e times p plus 1 is less than n. Right. Something's wrong. Something's definitely wrong. I flipped something. What did I flip? Oh, shit. So I definitely flipped something. Because this is supposed to be... This has a lot of small things in it that it's not supposed to have. Or like small things. Oh, freaking... So when p equals 1, I want to get everything from 51 to 100, right? Once, and everything else none times. So what did I screw up? Oh no. No, but the problem is I can't write the correct sum down because I'm incompetent. It's okay. You have a d, that's the denominator. You have an n, you have a p plus 1, so you want things which are less than p plus 1 over... You want the fraction to be less than p plus 1 over n. And it's the number of e such that... it's the largest e such that e over d is less than p plus 1 over n, right? So for e equals, is it, do I sum over the number of e? Yeah, it's the number of e such that that is true, right? So I don't know. Okay, I don't know what the heck this is. I don't know what that is. Okay, we're just gonna do the right thing, which is write e times n less than d plus 1 d times p plus 1. Okay, now we switch the order of summation, and so d at most n is actually relevant, right? And also, okay, let me double check again. When Right, when P is 1, this does the correct thing. Okay, so we're going to switch the order to summation, so E is on the outside, and now the summation for this thing runs from freaking E times N over P plus 1, less than D, less than or equal to N. And E will go from like, whatever makes this. And we want this to be less than or equal to P. Right? And I lost the plot a while ago. Yeah, me too. Because I don't know what's going on. We're gonna rewrite this whole thing. I think the thing is I have to draw this picture and keep my eye on this freaking. I need to keep watching this because this is the picture is correct. The picture is correct, and all the algebra I'm writing is wrong because I'm not good at this kind of. I can't. But as long as the algebra matches the picture, it's okay, and we'll deal with it when we cross that bridge. Now, anyone want to estimate a harmonic sum? Because I will force this. I will just solve the problem. Okay, I'm not. This is probably not what I'm supposed to do, but also I want to solve the problem, so we're just gonna do it. This thing is less the inner sum is bounded above by some harmonic crap, by which I mean it's bounded above by log n minus log e times n over p plus 1, which is equal to log p plus 1 over e. Why is that actually not good? No, this is okay, right? Because this is less than or equal to 1, I think. I shouldn't have used E, because E is also Euler's constant. Well, crap, I didn't pick my variable names very well. But, I mean, it's just true, right? Because... No, actually, wait. What is the main idea? The main idea is that I drew this picture and this green thing is equivalent to the thing. So I'm gonna stop right before the P plus first green spike and then count the green and the red. So the green contribution is P, yeah, it's P by definition. And the red contribution, for every denominator D, the number of times it appears is the number of indices E for which, I really shouldn't use E. I'll call it, when I rewrite this, I'll call it like, I don't know what letter to use. U, maybe? We'll use U or something. It's the number of times that U appears, like U over D is less than P plus 1 over N, right? Yeah. So the problem is equivalent to the green thing if I didn't fuck up. Like I'm not, this is not a lossy estimate. Like if I am doing this right, which I might not be, This is equivalent to the problem. And then you switch the order of summation because whenever you can, you always switch the order of summation. And then I got this crappy thing, and it's not true that this thing is less than or equal to 1, which would have finished it because, you know, p could be a lot bigger than 1. But I can still estimate. Like when, okay, wait, when p equals 100, for example, yeah, it's like there's a bunch of log p plus 1s. Yeah, so you want to show. I agree it will not work cleanly. I agree that this is. Also, something's flipped. We want to show p plus 1 is less than or equal to p to the 1 over p. That can't be true. I agree I haven't done anything yet, but that's where the log, because the log estimate is pretty good, right? Like the log is not that lossy. I agree we haven't done anything. Okay, well my Apple Pencil is about to run out of battery because the battery life is not amazing on this device. I feel like maybe the pencil's just old. I feel like the battery's been going really fast recently. So we will anyways. Yeah, I mean this has to work, right? Because it is equivalent to the log is the first time where I'm doing an estimate that's lossy. So there's no way I can break the problem there. Or sorry, there's no way I can die before the log happens, and then what happens is what, right? Then I want to show. Yeah, it's not even close, right? Like, okay, like log p plus 1 is a little big compared to p, but it's not, the last terms are like, yeah. So, okay, I'm just gonna write this now, alright? I'm so annoyed. Yeah, like this has to work because I didn't lose anything up until I took the logs, and the log estimate is so sharp that there's no way it cannot work. Compared to, like, because this, you look at this picture, it's not even close. So we're just gonna run with this. All right, I'm so. All right, we're gonna. It's okay. We're gonna write out what it is, and I'm gonna figure out what the hell is going on. Also, how long? Yeah, I feel like I spent a lot of time trying to be cute about it, and I should have just gone straight for this because. I should have drawn the picture first and then just been like, it will work if I force it, instead of this stupid crap of what is all this junk that I did here. Yeah, I don't know what any of this is for. It's just like, yeah, just you know the answers when x is just slightly less than 1. So write 1 minus y and just run the problem over. Okay. Anyways, sorry. Breathe in, breathe out. Okay. God, this problem makes me so crabby. Do you think it's not gonna work? How can it not work though? Like, it's not like the log estimate is bad, right? The log estimate should definitely be good enough, right? Like, the only way this doesn't work is if either the log estimate is too bad or the the algebra is too annoying. And I just don't think either of these things are true. Okay, if it doesn't work, then I'm just going to rage quit the problem. And then we can just be like, yeah, USAMO 6 was easier than USAMO 1, because I'm starting to feel that way. So the answer is whatever the hell it is here. It's like, yeah, achieved. Okay. Okay, also, since the so 1 over k okay, so we're going to let x equals 1 minus y, and then I'm going to stick k 1 minus ceiling ky sorry, ky minus 1. This is the and then did I do this right? Okay, I'm actually gonna do all the tech out because I can't. I'm too bad at algebra. We're gonna actually write everything out so I don't screw this up. Okay, but like, is it not going to work? Like, am I just coping right now? Right, because I feel like this can't. Okay, so here's our sum, and then it is that, and then right? And then this is equal to, we're going to move the ceiling in here. Or I'm going to move out O1 because, okay. So, okay, well, we'll just drop the, and we'll take out that one. Right, so this thing came from here. And then, okay, so far I've done no rearrangement. This is just all crap. Okay, so y, we're assuming y is positive here. Okay, so now if y is less than 1 over n, we see all the ceilings, all the terms, floor, and y, ky minus 1 for all 1k less than n, and hence sy achieves the claimed minimum or maximum. Turning that on its head, we now prove the following. To show, we now need to prove claim. Suppose, okay, we'll do it this way. Let p be the value of ceil and y minus 1, right? Okay, so the claim is that this is less than or equal to, is strictly less than p for all, so this is going to say for all integers 1 less than p less than n, we have the inequality. So far all I've done is rearrange it, right? There's nothing here so far that actually it has content. Also, I don't, because it's a fraction, I don't need the left right. So that was stupid, and I shouldn't have included that. So ceil ky minus 1 over p, or over k. Okay, actually, I should get rid of y from here. May as well choose So the ceiling is certainly less than the ceiling of whatever the best value of y is, right? K times so if the ceiling of ny is p plus 1, let me go back to my picture. Right, so for example, if p equals 1, then I take all the things for which y, so y is less than p plus 1. Is that strict? Did I? One of my indices is off by something. I don't know which one. If p equals 1, I should be getting everything up to 1 over 51, right? Shit, what did I fuck up? Also, I flipped another sign somewhere. Oh my god, I cannot do anything right anymore. I think I... Wait, I think I'm stupid. Hang on. Ceiling of... Okay, floor of minus a real number. Yeah, I didn't know it's minus ceiling. Yeah, no, that's fine. I think the issue is I misdefined P. Like I actually... Oh, I don't quite want floor. Oh, shit. Like, okay, the issue is that it's actually misdefined. I actually want P is like floor over NY. So we're going to assume no, wait. Okay, the endpoints are really killing me. Like somehow I want to. Okay, well, I want just before green, so I definitely want this. We're going to prove the following inequality. If ny is a positive integer, then s of y minus 1 over so we will assume hence if we let okay God hell okay be the bracketed term, it suffices to show ty when 0 less than y less than 1 over n. Is greater than, so this is strictly greater than. Or is it greater than? I feel like I've now confused myself again, which is sort of the theme for this. Okay, wait. Did I fuck up the manipulation? Let me start with that. Cause I actually want 1 over n. I fucked something up. Wait, I'm confused. Because if y is exactly 1 over 100, in this picture that's greater than 0, which is not what I... This is actually not what I want. Right? What the fuck? Like, somehow when y equals n, this is supposed to equal 0, and it's not. So I fucked something up, but I don't know what. What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? What did I do? Wait, yeah, when y equals n, 1 over n, everything's fine. Why do I think it's not fine? What the hell is going on? Is the picture wrong? Because the picture has a green spike at 1 over 100, but now I'm not convinced that's supposed to be there. What the frick? Hang on. Okay, I'm... Yeah, okay. I'm... The idiocy is real. Holy shiz. Okay, so I think after bumbling around for, I don't know what this is, this is the thing we want to prove, right? Like, I got confused where the ceiling cuts off with the endpoints being open versus closed. But it is this now, right? Right, okay. So after 2 hours of me hitting my head repeatedly, I have managed to do 4 lines of algebra. But I mean, this is what it is. And now we're going to actually do the problem. Okay, so now I can So how do I write ceiling -1? It's a number of integers that are strictly less than k times p plus 1, right? Over n. Like the idea is I'm gonna take this stupid ceiling and I'm gonna rewrite it like that. And that is a true statement. The number of integers that is strictly less than t is ceiling of t minus 1. Okay, and so now we're going to switch the order of summation. So this is ceiling sum from d equals 1 to and now the sum of k will be 1 less than k. And the bottom bound for k is d times n over p plus 1, right? God. Except something that should have been strict isn't strict anymore. This one is strict. Okay, and now we're going to integrate. And this is an integral from d times n over p plus 1 all the way up to n of 1 over t dt. So let me make sure, this is the part where I'm applying my first lossy estimate. But because I think this is okay, because it's I see. Am I worried about the case where d is okay? I thought the log bound was really good, but it might be a little when d is small and p is large. But I don't think I'm that worried because I just think the bound is not that good. So great. So this is equal to log n minus log d times n over p plus 1. And this is equal to exactly log p plus 1 over d. So now this is equal to log. On the top, it is p plus 1 to the p. On the bottom, it is equal to p factorial. Doesn't depend on n at all. So hence, we need to prove that p plus 1 to the power of p is less than e to the p times p factorial. Shit, is this true? Okay, so this better be true. And can I just cite Sterling? Or is there a better way to do this? Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? In fact, I feel like I've seen this before, like this particular bound. Like, okay, so you think I fucked up the integral. D times n over b less than 1.99. Oh, yeah, shit, I'm gonna fuck up the integral. Oh, crap. Okay, so the problem is the integral is... How do you... God damn it. Okay. Fine. Maybe I don't want to go the Stirling route anyways. But okay, like for example, when p equals 1, I know how to do this, because then it's literally, yeah. When p equals 2, 1, a third. So is the inner sum bounded by, like, is it true this thing is less than 1? No, it's not, because we know that it's roughly that. So do I need to reslice the sum? Because I really don't want... Yeah, p is an integer here, yeah. No, the problem is the integral step. This bound is wrong. Like this needs to be like t minus 1 here or something. And I'm worried about... Damn. So when D is 2, for example, okay, I'm gonna start writing on a whiteboard again. So, oh my god. How does it take me this long just to switch the order of summation once? Am I that old? Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. Okay, so here we are. We want this to be less than p. So for example, for small values of p, like p equals 1, when p equals 1, this says the sum of n halves k less than n over 2 of 1 over k. When p equals 2, this is something instead like n thirds k. Sorry, this is n. Yeah, and then generally when p is larger, like we think that this thing is approximately equal to like log 3 plus log 3 halves, very roughly. But we know that it's not true, like literally they're literally bounded above by 1. Now, if I want to Now, the crudest bound I can have is that each of these, there's about 3 over n things here. These fractions are, at worst, 1 over n thirds. And the number of fractions is at most 2n over 3. So this is like 2/9. Wait, shit, something slipped. This is less than 2, but that's actually not good enough because that 2 is the target. So okay, if I want to, but it's not that. I mean, what the other thing I can do is I can say this is like n thirds k less than 2/3 n, and then this is 2/3 less strictly less than n k 1 over k 1. So I can split it by I can resplit it by how something, I don't know. And then there's about there's about 1 over n thirds here, things each worth about 1, and then there's like 1 over 2 n thirds things times 2 times n thirds. This is 1. This is the intended solution, isn't it? This feels like this feels like an intended solution. Yeah, so the integral is too bad, but if I split it based on p plus 1s, then I actually get, lo and behold, the exact correct bound. And this is just because if you want to prove p equals 1 in like the elementary way, that's kind of what you expect it to. Okay, let's write that rather than this bullshit I did with the integrals. So it's kind of like, yeah. So it's kind of like, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like I don't feel like I was worried I was not going to solve the problem once I realized that you can read. Also, my compiler is so mad at me right now. 2, 3, 3, 4. Like it took me. This was not supposed to be the hard part, right? Like this was just me like not being able to decide what I wanted to do, and what I want is I just want to solve the problem. That's what I should have. I don't know, because I spent the first couple hours on this bullshit of like, wow, how can I write a table and whatever? Just like, no, just you should write x equals 1 minus y, and then you should use the problem statement verbatim. Like really, I think it's like I should have gotten to this picture faster because I don't know why I kept putting it off. Yeah, there is an idea after that, but it's just because it's such an explicit inequality. I don't know. It's just like, well, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is I spent a long time on the part that in hindsight should have been easy, and then the part that is the actual difficulty happens to be called switch the order of summation, and that's something I'm pretty good at. So, I don't know. Anyways. Goodbye, integrals. It was nice trying to do that. Okay, this is actually so fat that it's not gonna fit on one line. So we're gonna just break it like this. Should I put parens around the sums? Probably, right? Use up the space. But yeah, I think the p equals 1 case is the most instructive one, because you're like, well, it's a harmonic thing, so the only way you can bound a harmonic sum is either you integrate it, which doesn't work here because it's too annoying, or you fudge the denominators, because there's, like, I don't actually know how else you can deal with harmonic sum. Okay, so this is still exact, because all I've done is re-break. So the important thing is that this is exact. We can then bound this above, but Okay. So, okay. So each of the sums above has at most n over p plus 1 terms in it. We bound each of the sums by 1 over so this is like Shiba. Oh, I forgot the right. I mean, I feel like the fact that I got exactly p as a bound means that it probably is similar to the official solution, right? Oh god, that took so long. Yeah, I'm mad that it took me like 2 hours to get to the claim. I think once you get to the claim, it's like, all right, it is what it is. Okay, whatever. Okay, I'm definitely going to sleep now. So, oh Jesus Christ. Do I even want to put this on YouTube? We should probably put this on YouTube because I think it is a little instructive to watch me repeatedly screw up. I mean, I think the integral idea, I think, showed a mistake with educational value because if it wasn't for the rounding issues, it would actually work, and it's like what you probably should do. But the integral bound isn't actually true because I'm stupid. Yeah, it is good that I'm glad I let x equals 1 minus y, because this is so annoying to think about if you don't do that. Okay, well, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you for tuning in. I hope. Yeah, oh my god. Okay, that's all. Okay, see you all. The integrals don't work because the bound wasn't true. Like, I was trying to say that the sum of a strictly less than and less than or equal to b of 1 over... Sorry. I was trying to say, like, the sum of 1 over k from k between k strictly greater than a and k less than or equal to b is at most the integral of 1 over t over the integral of ab. But that's off by 1.